I just wanted to ask a question on behalf of all the government officials here, and I should point out at this stage, I'm from The Guardian, but is it a given that reform or renovation, whatever terms you want to use, that it will make it less likely that Muslims will be involved in violence against the interests of the West or what the West perceives to be an interest? Is it a guaranteed, or is there, based my questions about unintended consequences?
And then in terms of the Guardian question about reform and violence, I mean, I would argue Zbigniew Brzezinski, who's quite brilliant Polish American, I heard him once in a lecture talk about the response to the black nationalist violent movements in the United States of America, and he said there was a multi-dimensional approach to that problem. One of them was curtailing the violence, which was a criminal justice problem. But he said the other one was addressing the real issues that were creating the violence. And as long as we don't address a lot of these issues, and I'll just give you one example. People, I've read in so many articles, you know, Mortimer Zuckerman or whoever, arguing Palestine's not really an issue, blah, 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 it's just an excuse. Rubbish. I was just in Morocco. Which is at the edge of the Arab world. It's the furthest Western Arab country. And in Fez, in one of the most traditional cities in the Muslim world, the khatib, who was well into his 70s, he ended his khutbah by praying for Quds, by liberating Quds, by asking God to help the Palestinian people in their oppressed conditions. This is happening all across the Muslim world every Friday. And until people really seriously address this issue, and the British of all people should be addressing this issue, because a lot of the problem stems from early British policies in that area. My country inherited the problems. Yeah.
Now, the second thing which is important, let me tell you something here, which is, you know, you spoke about Palestine. You know, I was in the task force in this country, and I was also, for example, I was banned from the United States of America. 80% of the questions that I got at the American embassy in Switzerland were about my position on Iraq and my position on, you know, the unilateral support of the United States towards Israel. It has nothing to do with the money I gave. It has to do really with political position. So there is only one way forward. If we accept critical discussion in politics, being able to say there is a lack of consistency in the West with our values, this is the only way for us to be heard by Muslims when we say you can't kill innocent people. This is not Islamic. What I said straight after July the 7th is anti-Islamic. When I was in the States in New York, just after what happened on September the 11th, it's not only non-Islamic, it's anti-Islamic. We cannot support this. We cannot, no, please. But the point is, the point is for us, is really to know where we are, with whom we are talking. So when now we have some Muslims being able to work with the governments and supporting the inconsistency of the governments when they are saying condemn violence and don't speak about other things. No, I'm sorry. There is not going to work. It's not going to work. There is no way for us to go towards peace if we are not serious about consistency in politics, meaning the blood of an Iraqi man is the same as the blood of an American man. If this is not the... No. This is the starting point of our discussion. It's the starting point of our discussion. I'm sorry to say that some in our governments, just I'm finishing on this, on 2 points, but this point, really, I think that it's very serious. It's very serious, because we are not going to solve the problem if every time we come with this discourse, our loyalty to our country is challenged and questioned. It's questioned. It's that, oh, you are not a real British, you are not a real American. I think it's wrong. This is where we are, the dignity of Britain, the dignity of the United States of America, when we are able to say this as Muslims. So this is our contribution. I would say that if you deal with governments, if you deal with, you know, the Labour Party in this country, is just to say, I'm sorry. What you are doing is wrong. So you had a prime minister in this country saying there is no connection between what happened in the streets of London and what we are doing in Iraq. So how can you start a discussion when there is such a state of denial that it's wrong what was done in the streets of London, but please say that's wrong what you are doing in Iraq and what you are forgetting in Palestine. But not only, by the way, I'm of this opinion. I really want us as citizens not only to speak about Palestine, not only to speak about, Iraq and Afghanistan, but also to speak about Africa, but also to speak about the fact that people are being killed and for example, even in what happened in Haiti, for example, it's just before the natural catastrophe, the way we are dealing with these governments and these corrupt people there. I think that this is where we have to be involved. And this is, for me, a shift in our understanding. But I want our fellow citizens and the governments to understand what we are talking about when we are talking about this.